Okay, I said I'd do a quick tutorial on Tiny Dancer. First part is you're going to learn some bar chords and some quick change bar chords by only barring these bottom 2 or 3 strings, usually. And then, well, a lot of times you're playing 3 strings out of 4. There's 3 basic hand shapes, bar chord shapes. One is the slant, we'll call it. That's C on 3. It's 5, 4, 3, 3. And when you slide down 2, that's B flat. B flat is all over this song, which is just C down 2 frets. Okay, F, you know, F is actually the snaggletooth, but I'm going to teach you the snaggletooth. There's G. G doesn't show up in this, but I know you know G. Right? These 2 fingers are on the same fret, so we're going to bar those and then make the triangle, finish the triangle with your middle finger. That's G. To use the ring finger, that's the snaggletooth. There's that little hole in there. It's not a slant anymore because you've moved the slant. You've moved your middle finger to the 2nd string instead of the 3rd string. So there's a little hole. We'll call that snaggletooth. Chord shape. Again, you're not going to use G, but on D, all 3 of these are on the same fret, so we're going to play those with 1 finger. And come up 3 frets to that. That's D. Well, A, B, C, D. C, I know you know C. It's that chord shape, except you don't have to do it because that's the stick is played by the nut. Okay, so D, E. It's the alphabet. It's really simple. And I'll tell you the frets to be on in a second. So that's the 3 shapes. Slant, and anywhere, let's say on 5, the snaggletooth. Play the triangle. That would be, in this case, you hear my cat talking to his buddies outside. This snaggletooth is going to be 5, 6, 5, and then your ring finger comes up on 7. That snaggletooth right there is B flat, as is slant on 1. All you're doing when you transition from one to the other is you're moving that finger down. And you can kind of slide it and make it sound great. So the song is, the first part is F and B flat, and it just goes over and over. Sometimes you're plucking. To demonstrate how this is played, F and B flat, over and over and over, but I'm just going to go down, up, and you'll see that sometimes the melody note comes on the upstroke. So do that when you're actually playing. You play with pauses and loudness and the second time you go through, you don't go to F, you do the exact same thing, but you go back to B flat. This time you are changing your anchor finger. You have one finger down when you change the chords. It's the pinky, A minor, I've changed the anchor to because the next chord needs it, the index finger. This is B flat. That's B flat. But just play with your pinky up there. That's not too tough when you get it. This is the tough part. You've got to crunch your ring finger down and pull off from 3 to 1 on the second string. A major. Your pinky's going to do 2 3 fret pull-offs. You see I accidentally hit that, and sometimes you do, but it goes so quick, probably most people won't hear it. Or you can pluck it. You're going to have to rock down and catch it on 1. D minor. This is a C chord to F. Sounds good. It's that part. The slant chord is just these 2 chords. This is C with the open C, so you can kind of combine them. And you hammer on the second string to the 5th. That string, that note is F. You're going to an F chord in the first position. That's where the same note. That's the 3rd string and the 2nd string. F, you open it up, and then you do, the way you do this is C. I'm only playing 3 out of the 4 strings. I'm not playing the top string, so it's just, you can pluck it just 3. It's pretty simple. You roll your fingers up. That's C to B flat, and then A minor, still 3 strings, and then 2, because you want it, that part of the song goes down further, and if you just played B flat again, that would come back up. It would sound like this. I don't want it going back up. I just want it going down, so we're going to play a 2-string chord. Just 2. The low 2. And then B flat, and we're going to sus it. I play it like this. This is the next part is but oh how it feels so real. It's D flat. There's D flat. Okay. This is how I play it, and I play just like we did C, and we played 2 there. I'm playing 2 there. It's the same hand shape, slid up 2. So that's E flat, E flat, or D sharp. To confuse you, there's D, D flat, 2, there's E flat, there's F, E, E flat. I'm going to show you a much easier way to play this, but the reason I play this is so I can actually pull off if I wanted to. This is a big stretch, and it kind of hurts my arthritic finger here. Okay. The easy way to play that is if this is D flat, the slant, if that's C and that's D, D flat is in between. You can play it there as well, and they're related. You'll notice these two strings are being played there and on the slant. So if you play it this way, it's a lot easier on the left hand, and you just have to hit it with the right hand. So how you do that is you play two strings, and when you come down on that note, you're only playing, you're emphasizing the third string, and you just that's from D flat to E flat. This is from D flat to E flat. If you can see these two strings, they're doing the same thing, either on the stick or this is easier on the left hand. Everything from if you do it this way, and I don't have this written into the chord shapes that I'm going to upload a chord thing. It's this one, but this is actually easier. But you gotta kind of hit it. Notice the relationship for these next probably 4 or 5 chords between these two fingers. This is barring 3, and then up 2 frets, your ring finger's on the low 4th string here. If you play it this. Now C minor, same relationship. Same relationship. Now I'm going to do a stick with a pull off. This is slant C with a C7. Let's do that again. So again, look at these fingers. Everything else is dancing around, so it looks like crazy chords, but it's not. It's barring 3 strings, and the ring finger's up 2 frets on the 4th string. There they are. Same. C minor. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Bar 3 and up 2 on the 4. On the 4th string. Now I'm going to hammer on an E minor. But these don't change, so all you got to do is worry about those fingers. Now change things and slide up to a slant C sharp, C sharp. There's your stick shape. Now we're to Now let me explain that because it's easier than it looks. I'm in C7. Your pinky's on the 6th fret. That's your target. These fingers are now in relation to each other. Bar 3, and then that's a C chord. Everything is C7 or C. When I come up to, if I'm aiming for this, for my bar to go up to here, and I add that. So it's an inverted equilateral triangle. Go back down to C. The only thing I'm doing there is taking my ring finger off. These are still in relation to each other, exactly. Now, this is a little tricky to explain. This is the snaggletooth, we were just on C7. C major is not an inverted triangle, but the real triangle. And with the snaggletooth shape for C on the 7th fret, what you're doing is, you don't have to play that, so I'm kind of rolling my fingers up and just playing these. A lot of times I just only pluck that. Notice on the snaggletooth, I'm going to go from, the index finger is going to go from 7 to 4. But the snaggletooth part is going to go from slant this way. I don't want to say slant because that's my other chord shape, but this way, and I'm going to invert them when I come down. That's C7. To remember that, I'm playing with a different finger, but on the 2nd fret 6, I was just there. It's those parts. It's those 3 strings of that chord. I'm playing them different because it's easier. So take your index finger from 7 to 4 and invert these fingers when you do it. C major, C7. I play it with my pinky just because I don't know why. So again, this is the same shape. I'm just crunching it down, sliding it down to B flat. C and B flat. It's the same thing, only 2 frets down. This is easier than it looks. This is B flat. I'm already in this shape with barring 3 and ring finger up 2. This is the slant because my middle finger is on the 3rd fret. Well, on the 5th fret, if I move that middle finger to the 2nd string to make a snaggletooth on the 5th fret, this is slant on 1, snaggletooth on 5, and let your pinky work. Now, a stick on 5 is F, and then slide down to F. That's pretty easy. G minor the first time through. Now slide into C slant with that finger down. You alternate going to either G minor or this C slide thing. So it's like this. So, that's the first time through. Let's see if that helps. I have no idea. I hope it does.